Well, you see, it sounds like you might like me. Now it's Yuri's turn to get flustered. She drops her wand as her cheeks turns crimson. Not one, only one of her cheeks, not both.
Like you? Well, I mean, I'd like for you to be the mortal I have to devour. You're sure to make a great meal for me.
Think about it, Yuri. Why did you choose me specifically? You just said you had your eye on me for some time before ambushing me in the forest. You wouldn't have done that if you weren't the least bit interested in me.
Well, I mean, one thing
Whatever, or what I'm saying is this. You chose me because you have feelings for me.
Oh, why are you doing this to me? Could it be you? I didn't think falling in love worked that way. Especially not when it comes to falling in love with food.
You might be a witch and I might be a mortal, but we're still both human, aren't we?
Stop! You're just trying to get into my head. Just like when... no.
What do you mean by like when, Yuri?
Like the first time I saw you with that girl. I couldn't get you out of my head. That was when I figured these feelings meant I wanted to choose you for being the mortal I eat, but as I think about it... Oh, what am I going to do, though?
What's the matter?
I haven't felt this before about anyone. I don't know what my mom might say. I don't know what's going to happen when it turns out I didn't go through with eating you. I don't even know if it's possible for someone to feel the same way about me.
Well, what if I told you that maybe I like you too?
What?
Getting past the whole I'm going to eat you problem here. You seem like such a nice and genuine person, Yuri. You care about your family and following traditions, no matter how strange they might be. You know who you are and you're pretty honest and open about yourself. Not to mention, I feel kind of lonely sometimes too. My mom isn't home very much since she has to work overseas to support us. It's only me and her considering my dad walked out on us.
Oh, I see. So, then, you like me?
You're a kind and genuine person, Yuri. Not to mention, you have this otherworldly beauty about you.
No one has ever said that about me before. Ali, why are you confessing to me when I'm about to eat you? You can't seriously be okay with that.
No, I'm not. If I am going to die, though, at the very least I want to live without any regrets. I felt like I just had to tell you about my suspicions and my feelings for you before that.
You're so strange. At the same time, that's very sweet of you. I've truly never felt this way about anyone before. I think you're right. I do like you. If I eat you, I feel like I'll regret it. I'll still need to go through this ritual, though, or else I'll be shunned by witch society.
If you have to eat someone, I know a guy named Mark who's been getting on my nerves lately. You can probably eat him.
Oh. I think I know who you're talking about. He's such an arrogant snob. I think I would take pleasure in making him my next meal. Alright, tomorrow I'll prepare to cook Mark for dinner. I'll go ahead and put everything away.
Yuri?
Yes, beloved?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, goodness. Let me untie you.
Flustered, Yuri races over to me, grabbing a pocket knife that wasn't too far away from us, and begins cutting away at the ropes. I stand up triumphantly, or at least I would have if my legs hadn't fallen asleep on me. I almost tumble to the floor until Yuri takes a hold of me.
I've got you, Hallie. My beloved Hallie.
Thank you, Yuri. As she helps me stand up, I take notice of her gorgeous amethyst eyes that pierce right into mine. I then notice how she's just a little bit shorter than me as I stand by her side. She looks so...
Hallie, you're staring at me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just...
It's okay. Although I must admit, I don't know how to respond to having someone gaze at me with love in their eyes.
My...
Goodness. I didn't realize you were so easy to fluster.
You're going to have to forgive me since this is all so new to me as well. Why don't we... I don't know, hold hands or hug or...
What? Hand holding?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have suggested that.
No, it's fine. I've never held hands with a guy before. I don't think I've ever been alone like this with a guy before. I've never really been hugged much either.
Wordlessly, I wrap my arms around Yuri and pull her into a tight embrace. She lets out a small yelp from the initial shock, but then I feel her relax.
Your arms. I can't explain it, but I think I can feel safe in your arms. I want to always be with you, Hallie. My beloved Hallie. We're both never be lonely again.
Just to make sure, this is truly what you want, right? You're not going to change your mind and decide to eat me, right?
Of course I won't, silly. Not after you showed me what I've been missing for so long. Besides, if I eat you, then you won't be able to stare longingly at me anymore or get all cute and flustered when I talk to you.
Oh, alright. We pull away from each other after a while.
Oh, my apologies. I won't try to fluster you so much if it bothers you.
It's fine, Yuri. Although I would appreciate it if you could tone down on the teasing a little bit for future reference.
Duly noted. Now, why don't I show you to my room?
Yuri, I think you're taking this a bit fast. Yuri pauses and thinks over what I just said to her. Like a realization hits her as her cheeks turn crimson.
Oh, my. No, that's not what I was trying to do. I just want you to know where you'll be sleeping tonight.
Can't you just go back to my own house? I mean, we both still have our separate lives to live.
I don't think I can be apart from you for so long, though.
It won't be as bad as you think it is. We'll see each other again at school. At least, now that I know we go to the same school. Plus, we can go out on dates every so often and spend plenty of time with each other.
Alright. I'll hold you to your word, Hallie.
Scout is honor.
Are you a scout, though?
Anyway, I guess I'll help you clean up, and then I'll be on my way. Some time passes and Yuri's living room is nice and clean. We embrace one last time before I walk out the door. I don't get very far once I realize something. Yuri, I have no idea where this neighborhood is at.
Would you like me to walk with you back to your house? I'm sure we can figure this out together between the both of us.
Sure, I like that idea. Two years later. Some might call this a dream come true. Others might say it's a nightmare brought to life. Our relationship hasn't been an easy one, but we've managed to make things work fine. As time passed, we learned more about each other and grew closer to one another. It wouldn't be long before I worked up the courage to ask her a question that would change everything for us. I pledged my love to Yuri, and she agreed to let me take her hand in marriage. This is truly my life now, and I couldn't be happier. No matter what new and exciting challenges come our way, I want to tackle them head on with Yuri by my side. True end. In a silver garden with you. Okay, so there was a good end and a true end. Interesting. But there's still more. We gotta find all these choices and stuff. A most interesting development. I did not expect things to go that way, but alas, there are always other opportunities for chaos and suffering. My congratulations to the newlyweds, and may that loving relationship never fall into despair. As I feel generous today, I bestow upon you my blessing, mortal. You shall be spared, but others will not be so lucky. Alright. Found the true ending. What else can we do? This first option really doesn't seem to affect anything. Boiling cauldrons. That was both paths on the power of guilt. Were there other options there? There might have been. How many options have we gotten? We got the one where we walked away, we got the one we got married, we got the one where we were frozen. I really should have jotted these down. I think we have like 4 out of 9 so far. Take the sneaky way. I think there were other things we didn't try here yet. Try to convince her to look the other way. Okay, for this to work, I'm going to need you to turn around and count to 100 in the slowest way possible. Once you're done, you have to quickly turn back around and face me.
It seems simple enough. I have to admit that I have my doubts.
What do you mean?
If I didn't know any better, it almost sounds like you're trying to distract me or pull another trick on me again in a hasty attempt to escape.
What? I wouldn't do that. You have to trust me on this one. It just takes a long time to set up.
Alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yuri turns around and starts counting slowly. I'd like to hope I bought myself enough time to keep her busy. I start looking around the room and I spot the front door not too far away. I also notice a lone pocket knife on the table. Strange. Why would someone leave a knife out in the open like this? Never mind. I shouldn't be questioning things. What should I go for? You're tied up, man. Go for the knife. Maybe I should try to go for the knife. I tilt my chair over to the table it's sitting on. Considering how my hands are tied, it won't be easy to grab it, but I have to, or at least have to try. Looking at it closer, it seems like it has a small chain on it. If I can just loop one of my fingers around it, I just might have a shot. I scoot my chair closer, doing my best to not make a sound.
12.
Thankfully, my hands are at least one the same level as the table. They meant on. So I can just barely grab the chain. I lean in more, and got it! My victory is short-lived as my chair falls back in place with a loud thud against the floor. Yuri swiftly turns around, looking right into my eyes. I just smile and look away, doing my best to conceal the knife in my hand. Lucky for me that it's small enough to hold my fist unnoticed. She shrugs her shoulders and turns back around to resume counting.
13.
Thankfully, she's counting slowly. I fumble around with the knife a bit, extending the blade and slowly slice away at the rope. After a bit of frustration and difficult maneuvers, I'm able to cut my wrist free. I proceed to cut the ropes binding my other wrist and both of my ankles free. Now to get out of here! I walk as slowly and quietly as possible to the door, trying to not make a sound against the floor, which had a habit of creaking with every other step I made. So far, Yuri seems to be concentrating on counting so much that she hasn't noticed me.
62.
I unlock and gently open the door, greeted by the sweet aroma of the trees and flowers outside. I've never been so happy to see a bunch of plants before in my life. The trick was, we disappear. I step outside, and once I feel I am a good enough distance away from Yuri, I book it! I don't look back or stop for anything. May I never become food for a violet-haired vixen like Yuri, ever. I don't know how I can explain this to anyone, or even if I can, but I will worry about that later. Good end! I want to break free. It's a pretty good trick, you know? And she can't even complain, really. It is kind of a trick. But anyway, so let's see. Do-do-do. Got a skippity-doo-dah. Boiling cauldrons. The sneaky way. Now, let's see what happens when we go for the door with this chair still attached to us. With Yuri distracted, I do my best to scoot my chair to the front door without making any noise to alert her. This proves to be very difficult considering my legs are tied to the chair, which so happens to make very faint squawking sounds against the wooden floor. Maybe squeaking is more what you meant? Squawking's like what birds do.
17.
She hasn't heard me. I'm not going to question it. I need to get out of here. Unfortunately, I got a little over-eager and I end up making a loud squawking sound against the floor. Yuri turns around, confused at what she heard.
Say, were you always so close to the door?
What are you talking about?
Well, perhaps my perception of depth is a bit off, considering the angle I'm at.
Just keep going. As I said, this trick takes me quite a while to set up.
Very well then.
She turns back around and resumes counting. That was a close one. One more foul up and I'm seriously done for. Alright. I try once again to scoot my chair as quietly as possible to the front door.
36.
It's a good thing she's counting so slowly. I might be able to pull this off. As I get to the door, a sudden realization hits me. How the hell do I open this thing, with both of my hands tied to the chair? As I try to lean towards the knob, I end up losing my balance and I fall face first into the floor.
Huh? What are you doing on the floor? Oh, you're also right at my front door. What's the meaning of this?
This is my disappearing act. I told you it takes me a while to set up. Why did I say that?
I should have known you were trying to escape. No one makes a fool of Yuri Katsura and gets away with it.
Wait, Yuri, I can explain!
No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know. Please, don't say anything else to me. I might as well just chop you up like a potato and add you to some delicious soup.
No, anything but that! I flail my body around in protest, trying to break free from the ropes to no... Yuri walks over to me with a bat in her hands. What's that?
The bat of discipline. Since you're not going to cooperate with me, I'm just going to act a little more force. With a little more force. I saw this in a movie once where a woman broke into her boyfriend's home to save him from this green-eyed harlot.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Good night, Allie. I'll make sure I give you plenty of sleeping potion after you're knocked out. This will be my last act of mercy on you.
Batted. My world fades away with the swing of Yuri's bat. Bad end. Vanishing act. Okay, so let's see. Gosh, I wish this was like... Oh no, it is like the thing. We do have the endings stacking up here. So, yeah, I was thinking about captive hearts. They list the endings you found. So we got number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That means there's 2 more to go. So, good end, free by walking, bad end, loyal life, bad end, 2, 3, send it, that's not yeah, bad end, 1 break free, and vanishing act. Okay, so... And I do know, because the developer told me over Discord, that you get one of the endings by re-getting the true ending, I think it is. So let's load up. I want to say there's another option that will probably get us killed, like right before the end here. Take the sneaky way. Ask her to untie the ropes. Throwing the book at her got us killed, we run like hell this time. And now we beg for mercy, this will probably be the last bad end. Groveling might not solve anything, but it's better to at least try something, right? Yuri, wait, I'm sorry! I didn't mean to trick you like that. I don't want to be eaten and you have me in a corner here. You can even make me your familiar or something like that and I'll obey you.
I'd rather not.
Why? Am I that useless to you?
No, the truth is I already have a familiar, and she serves me quite well.
Yuri snaps her fingers, and appearing out of a puff of smoke is another girl, oddly enough wearing our school uniform.
What is thy bidding, O humble mistress? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to show you to our guest here. Oh, a pleasure to meet you. I am Meal.
Hi?
Actually, could you do me a favor and help me clean up while I prepare dinner? Oh, most certainly. Meanwhile, Hallie, I think I'm just going to make you into tofu. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's the Grandmaster Witch's favorite dish.
You're going to make tofu out of me? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of tofu?
Silence. Now rest in pieces.
Before I can react, Yuri casts another spell at me, and I feel the world around me fade into darkness. Yeah. Such a pleasant music for this bad end. Application denied. Alright, so we go get the true ending again and something happens, I guess? I suppose we'll see. Eat someone else. It's like what she ends up doing anyway. She's gonna eat Mark, apparently. Allergic cauldrons. Power of guilt. We'll learn more about you, and then this sequence goes on for a very long time. Anyway, I guess I'll help you clean up, and then I'll be on my way. Ah! Seizures. As I move about Yuri's living room, the lights begin to flick on and off until... What? What's going on here? I try to scream for help, hoping Yuri might know what's happening, but I can't. What's happening? I'm unable to move or even talk. Is Yuri doing this? No. I don't think this is her. I feel a sinister aura wrapping around me.
A mortal. Here. How curious. You are just one of many curious young ones I've seen in my time. Tell me, how do you think this will all go for you?
Who is this? Where are they?
Do not concern yourself about my whereabouts. I am in a realm you cannot comprehend, courtesy of my dear brother. You do not seem to be familiar with me, which is understandable. You have, however, heard my name from the young woman you've pledged your heart to. I am the one who lurks in the shadows. I am the one who manipulates time. I am the one.
What was that name Yuri mentioned before? Is this him?
I must commend you for interfering with this ritual. Your bargaining posture is rather dubious, but I will allow this to pass. You intrigue me. I wonder just how this will end. Even I cannot foresee the possibilities with my own powers. A mortal in love with a young witch. The concept alone has me deeply curious. I will allow you to live out your lives together, and I will continue observing you with great interest. I would ask that you refrain from mentioning this meeting to the young woman. Do not worry, Hallie. You will hear from me again, but next time I cannot say if you will be as fortunate.
Thanks for being chill, I guess. What was all that? How did he know my name? And again, that's probably nothing for some dark entity. I want to tell Yuri about this, but then he did ask me to keep this a secret. I wouldn't want to anger some dark entity. There's no telling what he could do to me as punishment. He could fling me into another dimension full of constant misery and suffering for all I know. Or a dimension where everyone is a puppet. No, stop thinking about it. Alright. No point in thinking about it now. I'll just keep cleaning up around here. After all, he said he was going to let me be with her, right? And so, we were. No matter what new and exciting challenges come our way, I want to tackle them head-on with Yuri by my side. And that's true end of version 2. In a silver garden with you. There you go. That's it. That should be all. Anything else? Anything else? It's not skippable. Most interesting development. I did not expect things to go that way, but alas, there are always other opportunities for against suffering. Congratulations on the wits that made their loving relationship never fall into despair. As I feel generous today, I bestow upon you my blessing, mortal. You'll see my spirit, but others will not be so lucky. Yeah, I don't know why we couldn't skip that. We'd seen it before. Doki doki. Wicked Witchcraft. There's all 9 of our endings. It's all jittering around. Secret ending, the deal. So there you go. That's Wicked Witchcraft. We got all the things. Apparently, clicking them again makes them go away. Boop boop. That one. There we go. There's all our endings. And that is going to do it for this one, I suppose. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you next time with more Doki Doki. Hope to see you then. Bye bye.